Even if you try.
Even if you tried. ولو حرصتم. Even if you did your best.
Yes.
Still, you will not fulfill the fair, the justice that has to be there between your wives. So in that case, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said what?
Yes. Only one.
Only one.
And
so Allah gives us the nature, which is the most common that need to be followed.
And
one.
Scholars, I have to make a comment quickly. The scholars here said maybe you can equate in them in spending and providing and attention, but not in the emotions and the heart, because you know who we love and how much emotions we can't control.
And even Muhammad sallallahu
alayhi wasallam,
قال ربي آخذني, oh Allah, account me for what I can't control, for what I can't control.
Yes.
But don't account me for what I can't control.
But in spite of this, you know, people did get married, have multiple wives. And I always like to say, if we look at the footsteps of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, he gave us two sunnahs, two footsteps. One, he was married to a Sayyidah Khadija for 25 years.
Without having another wife.
He didn't have another wife. And people would come to him and say, it's acceptable in our society and community.
Even she was older than him with 25 years.
15 years old.
15 years older.
15 years older. And people tell him, now she's old and you're young and it's acceptable. Why don't you have a second wife? You know what he says? He said, I would not hurt her feelings by taking a second wife. Subhanallah, sallallahu alayhi wasallam. And so, yes, he found the stability, he has the house, he has the kids with her, and he did not. After she passed away, and under different circumstances where he had a lot of political responsibilities and religious responsibilities to show us it is halal, yes, he had multiple wives. So I always tell to the Muslims, you have two footsteps, two sunnahs. If you're settled down with your wife and you have a wonderful wife and wonderful children, follow this sunnah and stay with your wife and live happily ever after. Under circumstances, you're not settled down, your circumstances is different, Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam and Islam give you a second option.
Two options.
Yes.
Divorce her or have another woman.
Even though give her a choice.
Oh yeah.
More important is the choice.
Yeah, even more. Like, look, I like what you said about Khadija radiyallahu anha. Like, he was very, very, very honest.
Yes.
And keen to her radiyallahu anha. Even after her death, for the past of his life, he get used to send gifts
to her friends.
Yes. And even Aisha, she get jealous about that.
Yes.
But he said, I was really, she was beside me when I felt all obstacles. She was beside me, helping me with her money, with her wealth, with herself.
Yes.
So I will never forget what she's done, what she did to me.
You know, in discussion, and women, whether it's a Muslim woman or a non-Muslim woman, a woman always says it is very hurtful and she would prefer a divorce.
Exactly.
And in Islam, let's look at the Islamic option here. You know, the guy, for whatever reason, and some men have different reasons. I don't want to go down that, right? He married a second wife. Now the first wife finds out and she gets upset. She has the right to ask for a divorce. And in Islam, what happens is when you divorce somebody, there's a cooling period of 3 to 4 months period. And then it's up to her. If she still wants the divorce, she can go ahead. If she doesn't, she is entitled to leave him.
Yeah, let's also focus on what Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said about women.
Yes.
He said, خيركم خيركم لأهله وأنا خيركم لأهلي. The best among you is the best to his family, to his wife.
Yes.
So anyone who really appreciate what his wife is doing at home, or what his wife doing for his family, for his kids, he will be appreciating her so much.
Yes.
And he will be very, very, very careful to hurt her feelings. So some people, they are thinking that, okay, our wife, they have to do what they are doing at home now. But many scholars, they're saying that what wife is doing at home, this is because of her generosity. But this is one thing. Second thing, like Muhammad when in Hujjat al-Wada, before he died, he said, "Usikum bin nisa'i khayra."
Yes.
He was really giving very huge advice to the believers that you have to take care of your wives. So among all that, you see actions and advices to Muslims from Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We can see that women in general, they are having the highest place let's say in Islam.
Yeah.
I'll give one hadith and I'll give you the chance to speak. Muhammad ﷺ said, anyone who had 2 or 3 daughters,
yeah,
and he taught them, he educated them, he fed them, he raised them in a very nice way, and he gave the education they need.
Yes.
They'll guide him to the paradise. He never said that if you have 3 sons. He said if you have 2 or 1 or 3 daughters.
Yes.
They will be your project.
Yes.
To the Jannah.
Okay, and what I'd like to stress here is what I'm always asked by women, most Muslim women and non-Muslim women. So why a woman was not allowed to marry more than one husband? And we discussed that last time. But I have to say it for this show too, because I always say, give me a married woman with children who would say, I want another husband and another home and another kids to take care of. I'd love to meet this woman. I always discuss with every woman. She says one is more than enough. So this is, Allah created us, and this is human nature. This way. The woman is attached to her children, attached to her home. A man, Allah created us this way. I don't know why, but maybe to keep the world going, is maybe we are not as attached as a woman is. Yep. The other point I'd like to raise is, let's look at the statistics for how many Muslim men are married to 2 wives, how many are married to 3, and how many are married to 4. And we'll find that the percentage who's married to 2 wives, if you go around the Muslim world, you'll find a very small percentage. And if you look at who's married to 3, much, much smaller. And when we talk small, is it 1% or 0.5% that's married to 2 wives? And then it goes much less to 3 and much less to 4. If we look at this statistics to how many men in the Western world who's cheating on their wives, would we find the same statistic? So one, it's legal, he's married to the second lady, and the second one, for whatever reason, men do cheat.
The thing is, even though in the Islamic way, even it's very much, you can say it's a very much professional way, because Islam, he managed the relationship between man and woman, and he gave the right for both women.
But statistically, it's the same.
No. But the problem is in the second scenario, while many men, they are cheating their wives and they have many relationships. As we agreed, this is really, we are sacrificing the rights for the second woman. Yes. But Islam, he really gave the man the right to have many, let's say 2 or 3 women, but this has to be through the marriage, and this will reserve and keep the rights for the second woman or the third woman.
Yeah, but I like even to look at it just from a statistical point of view. There are men in this Western society who are cheating on their wife for whatever reason. I'm not going to go why. And if you look at this percentage and look at the percentage of maybe Muslim men who's married to 1 woman, and you might find it the same. Human nature,
the only difference is Islam legalize it.
Yes, protect it. Yes.
And make it legal, make it like in the eye of everyone. Yeah. And the other
is a mistress that has no rights and nothing. So much to discuss.
Look at that, which is, there is a part which it hurts too much. Like when you have 10 million people, 10 million child, they don't know their father. Yeah. They don't know their mother. They are in shelters.
I know. There's so many social problems to deal with. We've run out of time. I know this is a great topic, and I know it's never easy. Every time I discuss it with friends or relatives, it's an issue that, there is no right or wrong. Please visit our website, www.spiritofislam.com. Please support the show. We need your help. We need some financial help. We need your ideas. We need your feedback. So write to us. And if you'd like to come on the show and discuss these issues, please come on. Thank you very much. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.